Welcome. In this video, we're going to go through a playthrough of Bargain Quest in solo mode. So some changes for this game, just during setup. Instead of using all the hero cards, we're going to create a deck of 14 hero cards. Throughout the game, whenever we're to steal from another player, we'll take money from the supply. During display setup, depending on the monster stage, we'll reveal that many competitor cards. For luring heroes, the appeal value is going to determine whether we start or the competitor. And when it chooses, it's going to choose an order of class icons to play displayed on its cards. So during the adventure step, after we go through our attacks, the competitor will place one wound on the monster, and this represents one of their heroes wounding the monster, and then one will be randomly discarded. And at the end of the adventure step, if the monster has 5 or more wounds on it, it'll be defeated. But each time one of our heroes is defeated, we'll place one wound token on our shop. And if we have 5 or more wounds on our shop, then we will have been defeated. During the upgrade step, we can purchase both one employee and one upgrade card. We'll put the competitor cards on the bottom of its deck. And at game end, depending on the victory points we get, it will determine our final score. And since those rules did not go over the supply step, you go to the Kickstarter page. You can see in their beta mode that instead of drawing 4 cards, we'll get 6 cards. We can choose to discard any number of those cards and draw again and do that one more time to get our starting items. So with that out of the way, we've got our shop, our starting 5 gold. We have our item deck ready to go. We have a level 1, 2, and 3 monster, and we will be starting with the Garbage Troll. Price of all item cards is reduced by 5 money because they smell. We have our adventure deck set up, our display and storage upgrades, and our employee stack. Got our hero deck of 14 heroes, and we will reveal 4, getting a paladin, a mage, ranger, and a nobleman. And starting money, 25 for the paladin, 20 for the mage, 20 for the ranger, and 40 for the nobleman. So to start off, we'll draw 6 cards. We can see what we've got up here is pretty much all the colors. Blue is a little bit more helpful, so we'll definitely want to keep the short bow. I like the cursed elixir. This is probably something I'm going to keep in the display area, so we always have a choice of a hero to keep. The beads look good, and I'm going to go ahead and pitch these 3. Drawing 3 more. Getting a holy sword, a fake potion, and an ice scroll. I think I'll keep the holy sword, and we're stuck with these 2. So getting some mighty elixir and a backpack. So the backpack's ability will still go off. So during the supply step, if you choose to draft this card, you may reveal it to draw 1 card and add it to our shop. So we found some heavy boots. So for our display, we're going to go ahead and put the cursed elixir out. And since we have a level 1 monster, we'll get 1 card from our competitor deck. See, it's got 3 appeal, and it's going after clerics. But each hero with a cleric icon gains 5 gold, and each hero without loses 5 gold. So paladin will gain another 5. Our mage will lose 5. Our ranger will lose 5. And the nobleman will lose 5. Our competitor is looking for clerics, so it's going to choose our paladin here. And when it drafts them, it'll lose all tokens on it and just flip it upside down. I'm going to go ahead and choose the ranger. And the rules really aren't specific on this. I'm going to play it as normal rules. Since our competitor, this is the only hero it's looking for and it doesn't match any symbols, I'm going to go a second time and take the mage. And even though the nobleman has more money, he's hard to keep alive, and I don't want to take damage for my shop. So for the mage, it has ability when it enters your shop, redraw a card, and then discard a card. So we found a fine cloak. And I'm going to discard our beads. So thanks to the troll, everything's 5 cheaper. So our fine cloak will cost us 5. Mighty elixir, another 5. And then our heavy boots will be the other 5 since it's to a minimum. So we'll be adding 2 defense and 1 attack. And for a ranger, we'll sell him the short bow for 10 and the backpack for 5. So we'll give him our adventure cards. For the mage, it's going to be Valiant, getting +1 attack and defense, and we'll place a victory on him. And the next time he enters the shop, the owner of that shop gains that victory point. And for the ranger, he's calm, so no effect there. So for the attacking, we need to get up to 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do a damage to the monster, which will get us a victory point. And he's got 4 defense, so he will survive. So we're good there. For our ranger, for an attack, he's got 4, which is enough to do damage, giving us a victory. And with 4 defense, he will survive. So we'll go ahead and swap these 2 out for a 3. And the way our competitor works, it's going to do 1 damage. And then we're just going to, one of these is going to be removed and the other one survives. So our paladin got the lucky choice. We'll put these back in play. Discard our items. Each will get 10 gold. And because of our ranger's ability, the end of the adventure step, if he wounded the monster, he gets an additional 10 gold. And the new hero coming out is going to be a cleric, getting 15 money. For upgrades, take a look at our employees and get one of the 2 sales clerks. So we'll go ahead and spend 5 to take 1. Then we're going to go ahead and spend 10 to give us a +1 to our storage upgrade. So that way we can keep 2 cards, which will be our elixir and holy sword. So on to round 2. Taking a look at 6 cards. Once again, we pretty much have all the colors up here. The blue and gold being more popular. So we've got a wineskin. Not really interested in keeping that. None of these are really great, but we have a good variety, so we'll take 1 card, and we'll just go ahead and keep this stack. So this card would have been discarded, goes underneath. Choose our cursed elixir. Draw the next card. Let's see, it's going to have 4 appeal. It's looking for clerics. Each hero with the cleric's icon will gain 5, and each hero without will lose 5. So these 2 gain. Our mage is going to lose. And so will our ranger. So it's going to choose the one with the most money. Getting this cleric. Then for defensive draft, I'm going to choose the paladin. Since there's no heroes with that symbol, I'll choose again, taking the ranger, which will leave the mage to get the victory point off of this and the money. For shopping, rapier is going to be 15. So we'll take all that to attach to the ranger. For paladin, the heavy mace will be 5. The holy symbol 10. So we can stack him up there. Starting the adventure step, our ranger is going to be intrepid. This hero gains 10 gold. And our paladin is going to be awesome, getting +2 attack and +2 defense. So for a ranger's attack, he will score, putting on a damage, getting a victory point. And then he will survive the attack back, getting us another victory. Paladin is going to attack, doing damage, and survive. And it's not needed, but our competitor will put another damage on there. And one of these two will be discarded. So the cleric survived. Our ranger's going to get another 10 money. And for defeating the garbage troll, each one of those will get 20 more gold. And our new hero will be a young hero with 15 gold. For upgrade, we'll look at 2 employees. Got a hawker and a city guard. So we may sell one item from our display shop. I'll just take the city guard for free. And we're going to spend 10 money to upgrade our storage to +2. So now we can keep 3 cards in our storage step. So I'll go ahead and keep these 2, plus our cursed elixir. Starting next round, we'll see our level 2 monster. It's going to be the Wicked Witch. At the end of the shopping step, each player must discard 1 random item card from their display and replace it with 1 random card from the item deck. And we'll start our mock draft. Getting 6 cards. So I got some good things here. Definitely keep the bag of holding. During the supply step, if you choose to draft this card, you may reveal it to draw 2 cards from the item deck and add those to our shop. So that gets us a Demon Charm and some Scale Mail. I think I'll pitch the magic wand. So we'll draw 1 more card. Getting a pistol, and I think we'll keep that. So our cursed elixir goes in our display. Our competitor will now get 2 cards. So we'll place these out one at a time. Kind of stack them up at the dash line. So you can see it's got 5 appeal. It's looking for clerics, mages, and rogues. We place 1 additional competitor card from the competitor deck and resolve that card's ability. So during the adventure step, the current monster gains an attack. So it's going to have 6 attack. And basically they are looking for anything except blue. So the cleric is the top priority, and it will also search for things with those additional symbols, which is going to be our young hero. And I'm going to take our ranger. And since both of these kind of have the cleric ability, it looks for the one with the most money, and then if that's tied, it just picks the one from the left. So it chooses the paladin, and we will get the cleric. So unfortunately, this is pretty much the only thing we have for a cleric, so we'll sell that for 10. And then for a ranger, we'll give him the pistol for 20, scale mail, and a buckler for an additional 20. So we'll take all his money there, get him stacked up. At the end of the shopping step, because of the Wicked Witch, we'll discard that and get a backpack in that spot. Shame that wasn't a supply step, but it still gives us all the hero classes. So starting the adventure step, our cleric is going to go reckless, getting +2 attack and -1 defense. And a ranger is going to get unlucky, -1 attack and -1 defense. So we need 4 attack. We've got 6. So we will get a victory point. Change these 2 in for a 3. Put a damage on there. But the attack back is going to kill our cleric, which will put a damage on us. For a ranger, he's got 6 attack to give us a victory, put a damage. And because of that +1 and this -1, he will not live through this. So we'll take another damage. Very unlucky. Our competitor will put a damage on the monster. And the young hero is the one that survived, getting 15 money from the Wicked Witch. We'll shuffle these and put those on the bottom. For upgrade, we'll look at our employees. So you've got a scribe for 10 or an alchemist for 10. I think I'll take the alchemist. See if I get all these on screen here. And I'll do nothing with our upgrades. So we can keep 3 cards. We'll go ahead and keep the backpack. I guess before we get to that, we do reveal our new heroes. So we're getting a rogue for 25. A demon slayer for 25. And a fighter for 20. So once again, all the classes are good, but blue seems to be more prevalent. So we'll go ahead and keep these 3, discarding those. And go to our supply step, getting 6 cards. And of those, I think we'll go ahead. Well, the wizard robes might come in handy. We'll get rid of these 2 and draw 2 more cards. And then we will discard the wineskin, and we're stuck with Sacred Elixir. So we'll use our backpack in the display, and we'll reveal 2 cards. So it's going to have 5 appeal. Must discard 2 item cards from your hand, then draw 2 cards from the item deck. We'll get rid of our Cutlass and Berserker. Getting a heavy shield and a wineskin. Our competitors looking for blue and red to be the young hero who only has 15 gold. So it will move over to our Demon Slayer and take that one. I'll go ahead and pick up the fighter. Competitor will take the young hero, leaving us the rogue. When he enters play, we'll get 5 more gold. We'll equip our fighter with a longbow, taking all his money. Well, let me rethink this. Try that again. We'll attach the longbow and the elixir to our rogue for the 30 gold. And for the fighter, we'll give him a heavy shield and a steel sword for 20. And see what happens to the rogue. It's going to be brave, getting +1 attack. And their fighter's going to be hasty, getting +1 defense. So our rogue has 3, 4, 5, 6 attack. So we'll do a damage, get a victory point. Our fighter's going to have, and it lives, so we'll get another victory point. So we'll trade those in for a 3. Fighter's doing 4 attack, so that's going to get us a victory point and a damage up here. And he will definitely survive. And for overkill, competitor throws one on there. Let's see which one's going to survive. Our young hero has lived. Get rid of these cards. Everyone gets 30 gold. Our new hero is going to be a mage, getting 20 gold. And I forgot at the end of the shopping step, we would have lost the backpack, getting a magic lamp. And now the Wicked Witch has been buried. We'll go into upgrades. Got a thug and a weaponsmith. We'll go ahead and get our weaponsmith for 10. And we'll stop at that. And for storage, we'll keep the wineskin. We'll keep the lamp. And we'll keep that. For our next round of supplying, take a look at our 6 cards. Let's see. I like the torch, gives us lots of options. The elixir is the same. Staff might work well for us. And the same for that. So we'll discard 2 and draw 2 more. And I like the price on those, so we'll stop there. We'll put out the wineskin in the display. And of course our monster is going to be a huge dragon. After the adventure step, each player must choose to either discard 1 upgrade card of their choice or 1 random employee card. And our competitor is now going to get 3 cards, stacking them up. So we've got 9 appeal, just looking for rogues, mages, and fighters. And during the adventure step, the current monster gets +1 to its defense. So the dragon's going to be 7 defense with 5 attack. And with all those symbols, it's definitely going to go after the young hero first. We'll go ahead and pick the fighter. And it's going to want the rogue. And we will get the little mage. So when he enters our shop, we draw a card and discard a card. So we're getting a demon charm. And we'll get rid of this. So our mage is going to be +1 to attack and defense because of our alchemist. And because of our weaponsmith, our fighter will be +1/+1 also. So hoping for survivability, we'll give the elixir and staff to our mage, and that's 15. And for the fighter, we'll give him this weapon and the torch for 20. And for the additional 5, we'll give him a fire scroll over here. And we'll see how the adventure cards stack up for the mage. Sarcastic. So no additional stats in the fighter. It's going to be lucky. +1 defense, and he gains 5 gold. So because of this card, he's got a 7 defense. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he will do a damage up there, getting us a victory point. And 5 attack coming back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we succeed there, getting another victory point. And then for our lucky fighter, it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doing a damage. Victory point. And for defense, he'll have 4, 5, 6. So he will live through that. And we'll turn these into another 3. And our opponent will do 1 damage there. And the young hero lives again. Go ahead and put these on the bottom of our stack. Do some cleanup with all the items. Each of those will gain 20 gold for surviving. Our new hero out will be a necromancer, getting 20 gold. We'll go ahead and use our city guard to ignore the monster effect. For upgrades, we've got a swindler. We can take up to 15 gold from a hero in your shop, or a burglar. Start of the storage step, look at the item cards in another player's shop and steal one of those cards, then discard the card. So we'll just pass on both of those. And since red's a popular color, We'll get rid of our leather coat and go into our supply step. So we've got lots of reds and no blues. So we'll pitch the Warhammer in Invisibility Cloak. And draw 2 more cards. Getting some Mighty Elixir and some Shadow Elixir. And we'll pitch the Shadow Elixir, finding another leather coat. For display, we'll put out our wineskin. Get our 3 cards from our competitor. So we're going to have 8 appeal, looking for all the colors of the classes. And we'll place 1 additional competitor card from the deck and resolve its ability. So for this one, we must discard 2 item cards from our hand and then draw 2 item cards from the deck. So our magic lamp is too expensive, so we'll get rid of that in a leather coat. Find a katana and a warhammer. So because of all the classes it's looking for, it's going to go for a young hero. We're going to choose a fighter. And then since we're equal here, it will pick up the mage because it's further to the left. And we'll get a necromancer. For the necromancer, we'll equip him with the Tomb of Peace and a staff. For a fighter, for 35 gold, give him an elixir, katana, and a torch. And because of our employees, each of our heroes are +1 to their attack and defense. So we'll see what the adventure cards do. Our necromancer is going to be cautious, -1 attack, but +1 defense. And our fighter is going to be clever for +1 defense. So for our attack, we're going to be -1 but +1, so it will be 3, 4. So it will not damage, but it will live. So we'll get a victory point there. For a fighter, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 attack. So a whole lot of damage. For defense, we've got 4, 5, 6, so we will survive. Getting a victory point for that. And our competitor, we'll put the killing blow on. To say that one goes away. And since our hero did a damage to the monster and survived, we'll get an extra victory point. And that will end the game. So now we'll go straight to scoring. So we'll just get this out of the way. So for heroes left in the deck, we get 2 points each. So since we got 3, that'll get us 6 points. For our stars, we've got 4, 6, 7 stars. That'll get us 21 more victory points. And then for every 10, we'll get another victory point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So unless I messed up, that's 48 points, which gets us to the You're the New Hotness, word spreads like wildfire. And that's the basics to playing the solo mode expansion to Bargain Quest. Hope you enjoyed this playthrough video. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.